Hey guys, actually the first call I did today was a mobile home, and that might make a really good video. It was a low voltage problem, and we're at another one that I think has a package unit. So and they're complaining of no cooling. So let's go in and see what's going on. Stay tuned. Knock knock. Hey, I've come see about the air conditioner. All right. So is nothing working? Okay. I'm gonna get to your thermostat and check things out. Okay.
Right in front of that back door.
Whew. Cool. Turn it on 74. All right. Let's see if that's one of them two-sided filters. We'll come back and deal with that in just a second. I don't hear the blower running or anything, so let's go outside. I hear a buzz. Let's see if I can. Y'all seen me on this system before because I've talked about this rain hood. I mean, that is a first class rain hood right there. All right, that's probably gonna be for my heat strips. Let me go get my tools. I'll be right back. Because that motor could not start on its own but would run, I am immediately suspecting my capacitor, because that's part of the capacitor's job, is to help motors get started. And I'm going to show you something and get you over here. You'll see how that capacitor is bubbled up. The top part of this capacitor is supposed to be flat, and that one is not. Okay. Right now I'm just going to make sure I don't have power. Nothing. I don't think this capacitor is even making any connection to anything, but I'm still going to short it out. Okay. That's supposed to be a 40 and 5. Why don't we just go ahead and get one, come back, replace it, and see if this thing will start up. 50 and 5, 35 and 5, 55, 35. As y'all can see, I almost only keep the 5s. 45, 35, 35, 55. Here's a 40 and 5. Not American, but that'll do. I'm going to test this one before I put it in. Okay. This is my common. 40. And 4.989. That'll do. Okay, reds are the ones that are hooked to C. Yellow is for Herm. And as usual, brown is for fan. Let's back that up, turn it so we can read it. Okay, my 4 spades is common on the capacitor, but that's actually my thought something got me. That's actually my run winding. Bend this down so it doesn't cut anything. Alright, that's one of them. Alright, those are my 2 run windings. I'm going to go ahead and put my yellow on because it's kind of back here in the back. That goes to my Herm, which, oh, that's loose. If these have been labeled Herm for so long, some people don't know what Herm stands for, and it stands for hermetically sealed compressor. I guess because they're calling the run winding C, they can't put a C on it, can they? Okay, that should do it. I'm gonna go ahead and put power to it and see if she'll crank up. I might have a delay because, yep, I heard everything click. But one thing we can do while we're waiting on a time delay, we can push in this contactor and see if everything comes on. And it did. So we're good. We just need to wait for the time delay, and then we might check pressures. I'm gonna move around to the front. While I'm waiting on this, I'm gonna go in and check the thermostat and make sure it doesn't need to be reset or something. I did, because thermostat was stuck. Now we can start our 5-minute time delay. Okay, my camera kind of died because of the heat. I'm gonna check pressures real quick. What y'all just saw with that thermostat is a reason to put batteries in your thermostat, so that it doesn't forget what the day and time is and lock you out when the power comes back on. At least on that version of thermostat. We have Cormax fittings here. Y'all can't see it, but that fan blade is really close by my fingers right there. In order to read these pressures correctly, that panel needs to be on. So people with hoses can run their hoses out right here. R410 system. I'll select it so that y'all can see the condensation and evaporation temperature. That tells me it is hot in there. We're good to go. It's nice to have an easy call once in a while. I do hope y'all enjoyed that video. If y'all want to be an ACiQ dealer, y'all like the side discharge inverter driven systems, they have a great selection of some of the best on the market. And I've been using Jobber lately. A shameless plug because I really do like it. It does a better job than QuickBooks does with their own stuff. By that I mean I can enter my invoices and estimates and stuff through Jobber, and it communicates with QuickBooks without me having to deal with their flawed app. It just does a real good job. There's a link in the description if you're interested. Catch y'all on the next one.